Episode 2. Número 2.
Welcome to the Law-Abiding Biker podcast, and it's the best podcast because it's my daddy's podcast.
Yep, that's right. You made the journey here. Welcome to the LAB podcast. The official law-abiding biker podcast, where we talk about the world of motorcycling, motorcycles, trends, ride reviews, equipment reviews, motorcycle laws and issues, motorcycle clubbing, motorcycle news, motorcycle television media, smartphone app reviews. Oh yeah, you know it. You know what I'm going to say. And so much more. We cover it all here on the LAB podcast. Make no mistake about it, folks. This is a podcast for any law-abiding motorcycle enthusiast. A lab. We are the majority, after all. Yep, the 99%ers. We are who the motorcycle industry looks to and relies upon for product development and sales. So get ready, put your kickstands up, roll that throttle back, and hang on, folks, as we come at you with another Lab podcast. Well, I'd like to welcome y'all to the show, and this is episode 2. Hopefully you listened to episode 1. So I have changed a few things, but not really the structure at all. So if you listen to the last podcast, you realize that I did the podcast in one of my daughter's closets, and I was quite humbling. I'm starting out here, pretty humble beginnings. So, anyways, the closet got really hot, and I did not have my, I just had my basic podcasting equipment, which is pretty minimal, but I really wanted to have a computer in front of me. So I was like, I gotta move to the office. Plus it's super stuffy in that closet, but it got really hot and I can't run a fan. Like I told you guys last time, I'm running a condenser mic, which I won't get into what that is, but it's hard to get good quality sound without background sound. So I'm going to upgrade that eventually, but that is what I'm using right now. But yeah, I'd just like to say that I came out of the closet. I mean, yeah, not like come out of the closet, but I walked out of the closet. Yeah, thank you. And I'm not going back in there if I don't have to. So I decided I'm going to try to set something up. The reason I use the closet is because this, with the condenser mic, it picks up all kinds of background noises. I needed some fabric and clothes and carpet to deaden the echo sound and the background sound. So I came to the office and figured I got to try something because I really want my iMac in front of me. I can't be shuffling paper around a lot because you guys would hear that. It'd be really bad until I get better stuff. So yeah, it's really helpful to have the iMac in here to look stuff up, get links for you guys, look at some notes, and things like that. And once you've used Mac, you never go back. So yeah, got to use PCs at work. But I know there's a lot of PC fans out there, but that's fine. It's fine. I use them at work too, but here at home I got the iMac. So here's what I did. I want to paint you guys a picture so you can really see what I'm in your head, what I'm doing here, and how humble this is. I just want to get content out to you guys. I hope it's super rich content, stuff you guys want to hear, cutting edge stuff. And I hope to do, regular podcasts, so there's not a huge gap in between, so get the information. But here's the picture that you can look at in your head. So I thought in the office, okay, I tried it in the office and I was getting a bad echo and background noises and all kinds of stuff like that. So I'm like, how can I improve the sound on that? Excuse me, I'm just moving my mic a little bit. And so I have my computer and all my tech stuff here in an armoire, basically. And it's a computer, it houses my printer, my computer, my routers, and, everything techie. And it goes all the way up the wall. It's a tall, kind of like basically like a clothes armoire that you would have in your bedroom or whatever. But so I was like, I need to deaden the sound. So here's what I got going on. I'm here at the armoire. I got the doors open on it. It's got a sliding tray that comes out for my keyboard and mouse and all that. And I had to deaden the sound, so I put a huge blanket over the open armoire doors and duct taped them to it. And the blanket is draping over me and behind me in the back of my chair, so I'm all like in a little homemade tent, basically. And I'm going to see how this podcast comes out when I'm done, but I did some testing and I think it's going to get rid of that, do the best I can with what I have, basically, and I'll be able to be here in the office, which is really cool. But so yeah, that's how I'm sitting. It's not going to be quite as hot because there's a little bit of circulation coming through the cracks of the armoire doors and stuff. But okay, yeah, that's what I got going on. So paint that picture in your head. That's how humble it is. And I put some pictures on a Facebook page and stuff. If you want to see, it's pretty funny, but that will make me appreciate it when I can get some better gear. So anyways, that's where I've moved to. Moved my podcasting home to the office. I feel like even though I don't have any equipment, that is a huge step up in the podcasting industry for me. Yeah. So anyways, I would like to, I punched through really hard. I talked to you guys a little bit last podcast about punching through and getting these podcasts out there, punching through and getting my website done and all that stuff. So, and you can hear my my computer keyboard, and I apologize for that, but that's just something that we're going to have to deal with until I can get better equipment. But so I punched through and I got the website up for you guys. And it is LAB-02-Bikers.com. And my hand, I told you guys on the last podcast, I broke my right finger, one of my fingers on my right hand at work. And I was in a cast, and then I got out of the cast. I'm in a splint, but I'm not supposed to be using my right hand, which I'm not. I'm being super careful because I want to get back to work. I want to heal up. But so I basically, luckily I have dictation software on my computer, on my Mac, and I have a pad, a mouse pad deal, the Apple mouse pad deal, and I can use my left hand. And I've learned how to, believe it or not, use my left hand the best I can. It's amazing what you can teach yourself when you need to get stuff done. And I created, and luckily I don't have to do a lot of typing because I have dictation software, but I basically created the website. And I still want to do some stuff to it, but I think it's pretty good right now. And it gets us started. It gets the forum I'm talking about. So I talked a little bit last podcast about my contact information. That has changed, so just disregard what you heard in the last. This is going to be the official contact method to get involved, not only with Law Abiding Biker, the page and blogs, but with the podcast to get involved. So lawabidingbiker.com. If you have any questions, you can email me at any questions or comments or content you would like to see on the podcast. I'm super excited to hear from people and meet new people doing this. This is something I've wanted to do for quite some time, and I finally had the time to do this. So I'm yeah, like I say, I really look forward, just like when I'm riding a bike, I'm out on my bike, I like meeting new people, new friends, new brothers. So yeah, hit me up. My email is ryan@lawabidingbiker.com. ryan@lawabidingbiker.com. Also, you can go to the site, and of course you can contact me that way if you forget the email address. You could also, I would really appreciate it if you go to the Facebook page, Law Abiding Biker, and like that page. But you can like that page right from the website, from the homepage. And so, the main thing to remember is lawabidingbiker.com. All right, I'm looking at the website here, and I want you guys to take a look at it when you get a chance. Here's how it's set up. I'm really excited because you can listen to the podcast if you go to the podcast button on my website right from the website itself. You don't have to have any software or anything. You can just play my podcast right from there. Also, I have on every page, you'll see to the left of the screen a contact button. That's an easy form where you can fill out real quick and contact me, and that pumps through to my email. On the right side of every page is send a voicemail tab, and those are really cool. I like emails. I'll take anything I can get. Trust me. I'm humble. I'm starting out. I'm here for you guys and want to do this for you guys. But if you send a voicemail, that's pretty cool too. You have to limit them to 2 minutes. That's just the package I have, but limit it to 2 minutes. And then if you need to say more, you can send another one. But that's on every page. There's a contact page. So lawabidingbiker.com, there should be absolutely no reason if you want to get a hold of me or give ideas or anything like that that you can't get a hold of me. So I would really appreciate you visiting the site. Check it out. Give me feedback on what you think. We're also on Twitter. @lawabidingbiker is our Twitter username. You can follow us there. I pump everything through from my blog to the Facebook page to Twitter. It all gets pumped through. So, hit us up on any of those networks, however you operate. Also on the website, which I think is really cool. I'd like you guys to go to the website and go to the About page. And it pretty much tells what I'm trying to do here, my efforts, and what I would really like to see this law-abiding biker become. Just, this basic forum for all of us to meet up, a place to get your law-abiding biker lab information. I'm not going to read the thing to you, but just go and go there and see what you think. Also, really cool thing on my site is some chat stuff. And if you look to the bottom right of the screen, if you don't look or you're not paying attention, but it's there and it's general chat. And I would really like people to get on the site. I'm on it right now. I see there's several other people on the site. I can see how many people. It tells you how many are here. There is, so they can chat back and forth, those people. It's super easy. You just go in there and you can start chatting and talk about, law-abiding biker stuff and anything that applies, and we can start not new groups, but new subjects and whatnot. So I think it's a very diverse site, and I think it will suit our needs. So get on there, become involved. The more you guys are involved, the more I'm going to put these out. And I would like to say that, like I say, I'm a humble guy. I am just doing this as a hobby. Excuse me. I think it's something that was needed. And I think it's got a real broad topic base about what we can talk about and what we can do. So, get involved with that. Get involved with the website. But I think that's all pretty much about the website that I wanted to talk about. But you know how to get a hold of me. Get on there, and we'll go from there. But all right, you got my contact information, all that. On this podcast, there's going to be terms. I don't know who exactly my audience is going to be. So, it could be somebody who's thinking about getting into biking or who's just starting in the biking community. So, don't feel like I'm, I've been in the biking, into biking for a long time, and I'm middle-aged and I have a lot of experience. So, when I use new terms as we go through the podcasts, hopefully you start from the first one and go through them all and it'll bring you up to speed. But when I use terms, or acronyms, I'm going to explain those the first time I use them. I'm going to try to explain what those are because a lot of people don't know what those are. And I think it's important for our future podcasts, so everybody's up to speed. So, a simple term could be like, you might hear me talk about, OMG, which is not, oh my God, like when you're texting, but it is outlaw motorcycle gang. So yeah, you might hear me talk about that. So now you know what that means. There's a lot of other terms out there, especially in the clubbing world, that will, possibly talk about some of those subjects in the future. But so that is, where we're at. And I really, like I said, I'm a humble guy, and this, honestly, this is something I want to do. It's a hobby of mine. I think it's a platform that needs to be out there. I certainly think I'm doing it different than some other motorcycle podcasts, and I need your support. I guess there's on the website when you go there, there's ads and some banners, and they're on my other. I have them on other websites too, but those ads are necessary there, and I don't get any money if you just for clicking on them. You have to, there's a lot of good deals. I've got a lot of affiliates, and if you see those ads, you can get some really good deals. I've got Dennis Kirk here. I've got motorcycle ATV gear from Amazon.com. I've got eBay plugins. I've got, let me look here. I've got, that's the same there. Let's go to, so I've got GoDaddy and the OtterBox and Taser and Wireless Emporium. And so anyways, the reason I do that is, I need to try to support this. It's expensive getting the podcast up and running, and I'm not going to, play my little violin here, but, I've got audio hosting fees. I've got website hosting fees, equipment fees. There's other purchases involved that, that I won't even get into, but it's not cheap getting this up and going, which is why I'm just dealing with the equipment I have right now. But if you can support me, if you decide to go, I've got if you guys haven't heard of audible.com, super cool. I got into them, and at the very top of my homepage is an audible.com ad, and you can get a free trial, a 30-day free trial. I believe you can get a free download of a book. And, if you're like me, I'm super busy. I don't have a lot of time. And so sit down and read is very difficult for me. So, I listen to books on there, and they've got a huge selection of books, and their rates are really reasonable. You can listen to them on your, iPhones and iPods and Androids and all that stuff. So I do it when I'm driving around in the car and stuff. You can get an education, or if you like to read for pleasure, but, anyways, those affiliate ads, you can get deals. That's enough about those, but that helps basically support me. And I get a little bit of kickback, and that helps basically, to support this site and this podcast. Tomorrow I'm going to try to get up, I'm not proud. So I want to get this stuff to you guys, and any help that you can do. If you do really like the podcast, I'm going to try to get a PayPal donation button up there, and anything will help. Anything will help. So if you feel like you like it and it's something you want me to continue to do, and, the more support I get, the more of these I'm going to do, and the better equipment, the better sound quality you're going to get. So, if you feel like supporting me, there'll be hopefully in the next couple of days a PayPal button up on the homepage, and you can support me if you want. It doesn't have to be, I'm not even going to give them, I don't care if you give $1, anything helps. So that should be up there. I'm very excited. I'm on all platforms, the popular platforms now. Like I say, you can listen to it on my site. Right on the homepage in the upper right corner is subscribe to the Lab podcast and iTunes directory by clicking this image. You can go directly there. You can subscribe to it on your iPhone or iPod and download it right from the iTunes directory. I'm on BlackBerry. If you're a BlackBerry person, you can get it on Android. I believe you just have to get an app. I'm not familiar with Androids. I'm an Apple iPhone person. So honestly, I'm not very familiar with the Android platform, but I know that they believe they have an app that you can download and get iTunes subscriptions. It's free. Everything that I'm doing is free. So I'm also on the Zune, which is Microsoft, on the Zoom platform. So I was really excited. I got all that out there, got my feeds out there, and got all those. And you could also find me at FeedBurner. I have it there. So it's kind of everywhere. So any way you want to listen to it is it's your choice. So all right, that is enough about the website. Real quick, I want to talk to you guys about this, and this is, where did I put it? Here. It is the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial Fund, all right? And what that does is every year they raffle off a bike, okay? And it's National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial Fund, and I'm going to give to this year. They do it every year, and I'll tell you what it's in support of and everything. But it is a beautiful Harley Davidson motorcycle in Peace Officer dark blue. You got to see this thing with blue and silver pinstripes. That bike probably goes for $24,000, somewhere right around there. It's a 6-speed air-cooled twin cam 96 electronic sequential port fuel injection, cruise control. It's got spoke cast wheels, and then the independent 4-piston front and rear 4-piston braking system. They sell these tickets for $25 a piece, and it's to support the Memorial Visitor Center. So you can. I'm trying to find the phone number for you guys. So $25 a ticket. And here's the cool part is they only will sell 4,000 tickets. So you got to get them quick. And I buy it every year. And, if I win the bike, that's cool. But if I don't, what a great cause. Okay. All the proceeds from this raffle, they support the construction of the National Law Enforcement Museum. And the winning ticket's going to be drawn at 4 p.m. on May 16th. You don't need to be present to win. Here is the phone number to get involved and support this great cause. I believe if you do it, you also get a commemorative challenge coin, a Harley Davidson commemorative challenge coin with it. So here's the number, folks. It is 1-877-622-2453. Again, 1-877-622-2453. And that is to support the National Law Enforcement Museum. 4,000 tickets, $25 per ticket. So give them a call, and you might get lucky and win a bike. And if you don't, what a great cause to support our law enforcement officers here in the U.S. That risk their life every day protecting us. So great cause. We'll move on. I really want to incorporate something in this podcast, and I like to get it out of the way kind of early. It's a rather, one of the sadder topics that we deal with, but I can't do it for every law enforcement officer, but they're out serving and protecting us every day, and we lose officers in the line of duty all the time, and they don't get unless there's something major involved, they don't get coverage. It's sad. They get 30-second spot on the news. I mean, an officer dies like every 3 days. I don't have all the statistics in front of me, but I can get them. Our law enforcement officers that are out protecting and serving us, and we lose them all the time, and you don't hear about it unless it happens in your state. I mean, sometimes you do. They may make national news. A lot of times they don't. Majority of the time they don't. They don't make any of the main news channels at all. They make the local and state news channels. So I'm going to try to do end of watch and remembrance on the dates that certain officers gave the ultimate sacrifice and gave their lives, serving and protecting the citizens of Washington State. I can't do all the states because, and that's what's sad, is I can't do all the states because it would just take up a lot of time on the podcast. But I certainly, since I'm from Washington State, want to recognize these dedicated individuals who gave the ultimate sacrifice. So I'm going to call it, you'll hear them in future podcasts, I'm going to call it the End of Watch tribute. So we'll get started with this one. Today we remember End of Watch, March 16th, 2005. Officer Jackson V. Lone, 39 years of age, Seattle Police Department. Cause of death, drowned. On Wednesday, March 16th, 2005, at about 09:15 hours, Seattle Police Department Harbor Patrol Unit Officer Jackson Lone and his partner, Officer Tim Blair, were aboard the police boat patrol for making their first pass of the day through the Lake Washington Ship Canal between Fremont and Ballard. It was a very windy morning, and the Michael and abandoned tugboat had broken free from its bow line. Upon locating the vessel, its bow now drifting into the waterway, Officer Lone went ashore near the 3600 block of 3rd Avenue Northwest on the north side of the ship canal. Equipped with a pike pole and rope, Officer Lone was able to secure the bow line to a tree as Officer Blair used Patrol 4 to push the tug toward shore. Officer Blair last saw Officer Lone walking atop the seawall after securing the tug with the pike pole and his float coat in hand. Moments later, Officer Blair saw the pike pole and float coat in the water. Officer Lone had fallen from the seawall and into the ship canal. Officer Blair radioed for help, and with the help of a citizen, he donned his dry suit. He jumped into the water, but by the time Officer Blair was able to reach him, Officer Lone had been under about 6 feet of water for approximately 10 minutes. Officer Lone had removed his float coat as he worked to secure the old tugboat. However, it was determined that the float coat, meant merely as an aid, may not have helped Officer Lone if he had worn it based on the circumstances of his fall. The coat is a wind-resistant jacket with thick foam that acts as a personal flotation device, but would not have necessarily rolled him over if he fell face first and struck rock. It was not outside SPD policy, nor a deviation from the common practice of other leading harbor patrol units nationwide to remove a float coat while performing such physically strenuous work like Officer Lone was performing at the time. After being brought to shore, members of the Seattle Police Department, Harbor Patrol Unit, North Precinct, and the Seattle Fire Department performed CPR on Officer Lone before he was transported to Harborview Medical Center. Doctors reported that Officer Lone had a very large bruise on his head, indicating that Officer Lone struck his head on rocks when he fell. Officer Lone died at 13:06 hours. It was the first line of duty death in the 100-year history of the Seattle Police Department Harbor Patrol Unit. Rest in peace, Officer Lone. All right, I'm going to try to do those. I think it's super important for us to remember our fallen officers. So I hope you are interested in that. And if you have any feedback on that, let me know. but I try to stay up to date on their anniversary. I don't go back. I get information all the way up back to, the early 1900s. And, I feel bad, but I'm not going to do all those. I'm going to try to do a more recent time frame that will resonate with people. So hope you like that. All right. I like to get that out of the way. It's sad. That song gives me goosebumps. So yeah, if you don't know, obviously that's what I do for a living too. So I have been to many funerals and close friends too. Academy, people I went to the academy with. So I'd like to recognize them. All right. That is enough of being somber. All right, we're going to move on, and I'm super excited about this. This is the first time that I got, it's only the second episode, but I think I'm moving ahead. I'm trying to be really progressive here. I'm trying to test the waters, see what people like, what people don't like. That's why your feedback's so critical. But I got out in the field. Here in, where I live, we were down at, they had the first event of the year down at the, I'm not going to say a lot about it because my field interview kind of says it, but I went out. I don't have a dedicated digital recorder to go out in the field, so I'm using, when I went out in the field for the field interviews, I used a designated app, and believe it or not, I used my iPhone. I think it turned out fairly decent, so I'm going to do a plug-in here of that field interview, but it was the first, I ride my bike and my crew and my club, we ride year round, but, and that's okay. A lot of people don't, they put them up in the winter. They don't like to ride in the cold weather. Last podcast, if you didn't get to hear it, I did a cold weather heated gear review, but that's okay. That's just what I choose to do. I choose to ride year round, but this was the first. It's kind of spring's coming. We got out of daylight savings time. Thank God we got that done. I hate that. It's staying lighter longer. It's warming up here in Eastern Washington a bit. And so this was like the first, event of the year, so to speak. And what it is the local Harley Davidson dealership puts on what's called Hogs and Dogs, and they do it year round. Anyways, it brings in a ton of people, a ton of business for them. They give free hot dogs. They have grills out there. They do, they give free sodas, and they sell a lot of bikes doing that, just to get everybody together. And of course, bikers, it's free hot dog, right? I mean, seriously, we're all about the free stuff, free pop, free sodas, free hot dogs. Yeah. So, we're all about that. So that's what they do. And this incorporated, which was really cool, was, the Relay for Life. And it was, not only to get people there, but Harley Davidson dealership here locally worked with, the folks here locally with Relay for Life. And it was a benefit. There was a raffle and all kinds of cool stuff. And it was a benefit for Relay for Life, and they raised a good amount of money. And I had some friends that were involved with that. So if you don't know what Relay for Life is, all the funds go to fighting cancer research. It's near and dear to my heart. It's going to be a year here in May 11th. I lost my father to cancer. So, I'm very familiar with that battle. And it's a disease that takes a lot of people's lives. So, somebody said, and you're going to hear it in the field interview, and it was cool because it was the mother of the VP of our club, and that I'm involved with. And it was at the very end, and it struck me. It just struck me, and I didn't coin the phrase. This was straight from her heart, and she just said after it was all done, and you'll hear, she just said, "Bikers are generous people." And I truly believe that the law-abiding biker out there, we're out there for, of course we love the freedom of the road. We love our bikes. We love the wind in our hair. We love all that stuff that comes with it. But when it comes down to it, we are generous people, and we hold a lot of events and a lot of poker runs, and we involve ourselves in those, and we give back to all kinds of, special interest groups. And I know that, I've met a whole bunch of people and a whole bunch of friends just riding a bike, which is really important to me, mingling with the regular law-abiding biker, community. And, we are generous people. So that is what I am going to label this podcast, is bikers are generous people. And I might blog about that too. If you want to see my blogs, you can go to lawabidingbiker.com or swornfewmc.com. I blog on both of them, along with the podcast. So, I thought that was really cool. So with that, we'll talk about it a little bit afterwards, but enjoy. I hope this is something you enjoy. I got out there in the field and did the interviews. So. All right, so I'm out in the field today. It's March 16th, 2013, and I'm sitting in my truck. I'm just pulling into an event at the local Harley dealer, local Harley Davidson dealership. I don't have the best podcasting equipment, so I don't know how the quality is going to be here, but I'm using my iPhone and a specified app to record this out here in the field. Eventually I'll have a designated recorder, but I don't have that right now, a designated digital recorder. But anyways, we'll do the best we can. Like I say, it's we got a live band out here. I don't know if you can hear it in the background. It's the first Hogs and Dogs, is what they call it. I ride year-round, but a lot of these people don't get their bikes out till about this time of year, and it's kind of the opening event here locally. And they serve hot dogs to bring customers in, and beverages, sodas and stuff. Also attached to this is Relay for Life. And I'm going to talk to cooking on the grill over there. I can see is a VP of my club, Matt. He's on the grill cooking some dogs, and his wife was instrumental in organizing this Relay for Life to attach to this Hogs and Dogs event, and to raise a lot of money for that cause. So see if we can't get an interview from her, catch old VP Matt on the grill. We'll, like I say, we'll get out of the truck here, do some field interviews, and see what's going on here. All right. Yeah, I just wanted to add too that if you listen to my last episode, I couldn't ride. I'm bummed. There's people rolling in. I don't know if you can hear the bikes rolling in, but I couldn't ride because my hand is still messed up from work. I got a big old splint on my right arm, and there's no way I could turn the throttle, so I'm bummed. I'm here in my truck, but whatever. I'm still out here with a bunch of law-abiding bikers, and I'll still have a good time. I'll be riding them 3 weeks or so it's got to be patient till then. All right, let's get out of this truck and go see what's going on. Okay, I'm here with Ange, who is Matt's, I already explained, is Matt's wife, and then his sister, Julia.
Yep.
And they were at the Hogs and Dogs, and they were pretty instrumental in organizing this Relay for Life here locally, right?
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, tell me one of you what Relay for Life is.
It's a 24-hour walkathon, basically, to raise money for the Cancer Society. So,
all right.
And people give us money to try and fund the fact that we're trying to kick cancer's butt.
All right, cool. Is it a national thing?
Yes.
So is everybody doing it today?
The relay isn't until June 22nd, so we're just one of our many fundraisers. But all the Relay for Lives are different times across the year. I think there's another one around the valley going on a couple weeks after ours. So
is this your guys' first year doing this?
First year having our own team.
By the way, I donated to you.
Thank you.
So you guys, when do you stop doing it? What, you raise money from here till when?
Year-round.
You do year-round?
We're going to do year-round. It never stops.
Is there a committee here in town that does that?
Yes. There is a Relay Life committee.
Oh, okay. And how much do you guys, if you know off the top of your head, do you think funds that locally here in this area you guys raise for the...
They're shooting to raise $200,000 this year at the Relay for Life.
nationally or
Just Yakima.
holy cow?
Yeah, last year I want to say did 190,000. They were very short of doing 200,000.
Wow.
Yeah,
And all the money that is raised goes out to the national pool, but then the money comes back
here.
in.
Okay.
and they have like 15 different programs here for various things to help people with their cancer.
Oh, cool.
And of course, a good portion of it goes to research. So
Gotcha. So if somebody wanted to, that was listening to this and wanted to donate to Relay for Life and they didn't know somebody that was on a committee or locally, is there somewhere they can go to just donate?
RelayForLife.org.
.org. Not com. .org. Okay.
.org.
RelayForLife.org. Cool.
Yep.
All right. Looks like a pretty good event.
Yep.
It is.
And lots of people. You guys eating hot dogs yet?
Have
No.
not had one yet.
Does Matt is on the grill.
Matt is on the grill.
Does he cook good hot dogs? Because I'm going to interview him about
he
his.
cooks awesome hot dogs.
Okay, I'm going to interview him about his cooking techniques.
He can cook a good steak, so I'm guessing he can cook a hot dog.
All right. Thanks for your time.
All right, thank you.
All right, I'm walking back. I want to go out and interview Matt on the grill, get some grilling techniques, and bust his chops a little bit. But anyways, I'm going to run back to service department and see if I can find Ed, aka Cuz. He is the treasurer for our club, and he's a founding member of our club, and he is the only non-commissioned law enforcement officer that will ever be allowed in our club. There's lots of clubs out there, but ours is just for 100% sworn, paid law enforcement officers and retired full pension officers. But anyways, so he's a founding member. It's written in the bylaws, and he's it. But he's a stand-up guy, and we'll see if we can get him in the service department here. I'm almost there.
What do you want?
So anyways, I'm with Cuz right now in the service department. How's things today, buddy?
It's fine. What are we doing?
I already did an interview with Ange, and I'm doing one with Matt. It's field interviews to plug into my podcast. So, yeah. So, is it extra busy today, or what, dude?
We're busy. We're getting bikes lined up for services, buddy.
So
That's how we do.
All right, dude. I want to do a full podcast with you.
Yep.
In the future. Yep. For that
Absolutely.
about when the majority of the motorcycling people get their bikes out, and all of a sudden you guys have a rush and you can't get them done, and some tips and things like that.
We always get them done.
Yeah, I know you do here. So cool.
Where's the little detector in here?
So what'd you say, bro? You had 4 hot dogs already?
I've already had 2.
2 hot dogs. You're gonna have another one?
No, well, maybe.
Matt is Ed's brother. Matt's on the grill, dude. Is he?
Did you see his?
Does he know how to cook?
Did you see his pink apron?
I did see his,
That's cute.
and I'm gonna go bust his chops, dude. I'm gonna go get an interview with him, but the band's playing too
Of course
loud,
he knows
dude.
how to cook.
All right. The hot dogs
that
are
man
good.
That man he knows how to handle a wiener.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I wouldn't know, but that's cool.
Yeah,
That's
well,
cool.
I'm his brother, so been around a few years.
Dude, are you getting a mad rush of customers today?
It's not so bad.
Really? So everybody's kind of hanging out up front. It's kind of
Yes, pretty
standard
much.
day back here in service. So cool, dude. All right, I might be back to talk to you later. I'm gonna go. The band stopped, so I'm gonna go see if I can talk to Matt.
All right, bro.
All right, hey, hang on. Don't back away. Don't back away. I'm here. I'm here with the Blue Knights guys. I'm here with Rod. I'm here with Darren, and I'm here with Jim. Jim's VP here locally, Sergeant at Arms Darren, and Sec/Trej Papa. So, what do you guys think of the event here?
Pretty good. It's a good cause. Yeah.
I heard you ate Papa 5 hot dogs or
Well,
what?
I haven't yet, but
Oh, you haven't?
I'm going to get in line.
Do you trust Matt on the grill?
We're unsure about that. Yeah.
Got the other grill.
Are you guys riding anywhere after this, or is this it?
I'm decided.
Yeah? It's supposed to be a nice day. All right. Are you guys, who else is here with your guys' group? Just you 3?
A couple more coming. I think.
Yeah.
Who's on his way?
Wayne and Rod, I think.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool. All right. I'm going to wait till the band stops, and I got to go interview Matt on the grill. So, yeah, so I'm out here at the grill with Matt, and he's grilling dogs. Dude, what is, I talked to your brother, Ed, and he says that I asked how you cooked hot dogs. He said you're pretty good with wiener. Is that
I can sling a pretty good wiener.
Yeah, there's a lot of them here on the grill, dude. What is what's the best technique for what's your technique for grilling, dude? Because I ate one, they're pretty good.
High heat.
High heat.
High heat.
Do you cook them slow?
No. Flash them. Flash cook them.
Flash cook them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, actually, if I could be honest with you got to put them on the top rack and warm them. Get them warm. Once they're warm, then you throw them on the grill and burn the hell out of them.
Alrighty, I'm gonna get back to you on that because the band's playing.
All right.
Okay, seriously, we're in the middle of a massive emergency, dude. What is going on with your grill?
We lost propane.
Oh
we
my
lost
God.
propane.
My God, dude, there's wieners sitting on the grill and we got no propane. Luckily, there's a backup barbecue. All right, I'm back with Matt real quick before the band, dude. How many hot dogs have you served today?
Oh, at least 200.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm planning on doing about 300 more at least.
Well, they're going to do probably 301 more because I'm going to have another.
Oh, yeah, and I'll probably have one, so 302.
Yeah. They are good. They are good. All right. Why did you get stuck on the grill, bro?
I'm helping my wife, her relay for life cancer, the Cancer Society. We're doing a fundraiser for her relay team.
So you got put on the grill.
I got put
You're
on the grill.
You're a good man. You're a good man and a good VP.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Okay, so we are, the band quit for a second, and Rob, the
Law dog.
AKA Law Dog, just showed up at the grill here to say hi. Yeah, so Law Dog is a secretary of our of the club I'm with. But so how was the ride, brother? Good. This is for I'm explaining to everybody. Yeah, it's my new podcast, brother. I'm doing field interviews. I've interviewed Matt, Ed, and I'll plug my field interviews in later, dude. So how was the ride, dude?
The ride was good. It's not too cold out, but wish the sun had come out for a little bit.
Did you wear your heated gear?
I got it on, but I didn't have to turn it on. So
Dude, you're the man. You're the man. Hey,
Heated gears for pussies.
Oh, dude, you can't. I don't know if you can use that word, dude. I might. Don't use those words because then I got to edit them out.
Heated gear is for weenies.
There you go.
You got to check the FCC.
Yeah, I think I got it.
Bleep me.
Like the cat, right?
Right.
Like the cat. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so
all right. Yeah. Otherwise, I got to edit that stuff out, dude. I don't want to do any post editing. Hey. So now let's talk about your cooking technique because we never got to finish that. I see here that Matt has the fresh wieners up on the top rack where they're just getting warm.
Right,
but I thought you said you just threw them in and cook them, dude. You're going back and forth here.
I changed my mind. See, they're partially frozen, so I had to throw the partially frozen ones on the top rack to warm them, bring them to ambient temperature, and then I take them and I put them on the grill where I just kiss them with a little bit of flame.
Dude, man, you're the grilling man. So I see. So you're using it like a defroster.
Yeah, it's kind of like a
Where'd you learn that?
Hey, listen, I can't give away all my secrets.
Is that from your family secret?
I can't give away all my secrets.
So how long do you warm them up there and then throw them on the grill, dude?
I'm just getting crazy with it and
you
going by look.
You eyeball it.
I'm just eyeballing.
Have you served anybody raw hot dogs?
It's possible.
Dude, has anybody come back with ice in their hot dog?
Nobody's complained yet.
All right. Well, I'm gonna have another one. Hey, Jim's coming through for another one. So, all right. You got any other words of wisdom, dude?
No, I don't.
Are you sure? Because you're doing pretty good, dude.
I'm just doing my best to keep up on the wieners and keep the wieners up to speed.
Dude, this place is getting crazy with people now.
It's getting busy.
It's about an hour. What time is it?
It's noon. So
yeah, it's noon.
For about an hour. It's going to go for another hour, I think.
Sweet.
The hot dogs, anyways.
Well, hopefully it raises a lot of money.
I think it will.
Cool. All right, out.
What's the other guy look like?
We're here with Wayne with the Blue Knights. And how many hot dogs you gonna eat, bro? How many hot dogs you gonna eat?
Probably 5 or 6.
Yeah. You think you can? Matt has the technique here. I'm just telling you. He explained his whole technique to me.
Ronald McDonald is shame.
But I do. If you get one with ice in it, dude, just come back. All right. Let's go talk to Rod, Secretary Treasurer of the Blue Knights here locally. How's that hot dog there, Papa?
Not bad. It's hot.
Who cooked that? Did Matt cook that or the other guy?
Matt cooked it.
All right. Is there ice in it? Because I'm worried that he's serving dogs with ice in them.
Look at this.
It's steaming. It's steaming. Okay.
I can take them off and they look like that.
Yeah, that looks good. I'm gonna have another one. All right, I'm here with Derek, and Derek is local here to the area. And all right, Derek, I guess you're getting into painting. That's a badass looking tank, man. You did that yourself?
I did.
Where did you do that at? You got?
I actually live in Bellingham.
Oh, you do?
I do. I grew up here though.
Okay.
So yeah, I work at a body shop up there, and so I just did that at home.
All right. Well, let's It looks like a Sportster's tank you took.
It is a Sportster tank. It's an old tank off a friend's bike that he had, so it's got some holes in it from rust, but it's it's a 70s style, I would, asymmetric design.
Yeah, what do they call it? The glitter in it? The old, it's got the undercoat of
That is a super big flake underneath. It's actually Little Daddy Roth, it's Ed Roth's son, made flake. And then candies on top of it.
Okay, that's awesome, man. And we're raffling it off here today for Relay of Life, which is really cool. I bought raffle tickets for it, so I think I'm going to win it.
Good luck.
I'm going to win it.
Good luck. If not, I'm sure I'll be doing more. So
yeah, that's awesome. So you got obviously body shop, you got paint booth, you got all the professional tools. How long you been painting stuff?
I've been painting for 6 years.
For 6 years, okay, cool. And are you going to be doing this for people? Or are you starting a business, or is there a way people can get a hold of you?
That is what I would really prefer to do. Facebook is probably the closest thing right now. But
what's your Facebook? Do you know?
I don't know off the top of my head, but
I'll blog about it. I'll put it on the.
Ed's my cousin, talk to my cousins, they'll get a hold of me.
Okay, I'll get your link and stuff to your Facebook page. Well, I do a blog too, and we'll get your stuff out there and some contact information. People hit you up. You do obviously you'll paint a whole bike, strip it down.
Yeah.
Do you do the strip down too of the bike? Take all the tins off, or do you?
I usually have customers do it.
Gotcha, and then bring the tins in.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
That way I don't have a bike sitting around and whatever.
Yeah.
So
I hear you. Well, cool. All right. Appreciate your time. We'll get your contact information, and like I say, I'll stick around and see if I win that tank, brother.
Good luck.
All right.
Man.
Thanks. All right, I'm back here with Matt at the grill, and I just want this on record, dude. Here are 5 tickets, 5 raffle tickets that I bought. I can't say the whole event, so they're in your possession, dude. Okay. If I win something, you gotta hit me up.
181 through 176.
All right, I remember that. Well, it's getting late here. I got here at about 10:45. It is now 1:30, and still a lot of people here, and the raffle's going to be pretty soon, but I gave my tickets to Matt. So I better trust him. He's the VP of our Soarin' FUMC club, law enforcement motorcycle club, but I was out in the parking lot, and I've had real good experiences with the Iron Order MC. And they're not a full law enforcement club. They do have law enforcement officers in their club, but they have a lot of civilians too. But I've run into them in the past, and seem like a super good group of guys. And they come here to Yakima. They don't have a chapter here, but they come here and stay, and they usually stay in the same hotel. And always talk to them, and seem like a super good group of guys. And I try to get an interview with them, but not everybody is comfortable with giving interviews. But I explained a bit about the law-abiding biker podcast, and we had a nice talk. They didn't want it recorded, so no big deal. Their P wasn't here, their president, so they're going to pass off. We exchanged some information, and they're going to pass that off to their president, and hopefully he'll be in contact with me, and we can get an interview, find out a little bit more about their club and what they're about and all that good stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna walk back and real quick see if our treasurer Ed, aka Cuz, is back in the service department. I saw him come out and get another hot dog, so I don't know how many he's on. But anyways, we'll wrap this thing up here real quick. I pretty much interviewed everybody, and I'll go back and see what Ed's doing. Okay, so anyways, I'm back here with Cuz. Dude, I'm not going to lie to you, dude. I saw you come out and get another hot dog. You thought you were sneaking it?
Well, I've had 3.5 now.
Why a half?
Well, because my mom didn't finish hers.
Oh, I got you, dude. Dude, it's kind of slow back here now.
Well, it's got to slow down eventually.
Yeah, I hear you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, dude. So
kind of like you, a little slow.
Yeah, dude. Is that your last hot dog? The half? Are you gonna stop at that?
Yeah, I'm done.
Are you?
3.5's good enough.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got dinner at 5:30, so I
chili?
gotta save up for that. Probably have some chili.
Yeah, sweet. All right, cool. Okay, I'm in the back now, and oh my God, that is I'm looking at the money here. This is the money sales. Oh, by the way, Mary, who is the mother of who I've already introduced, Ed and Matt's mother, the griller and the hot dog eater. So, all right, where's this money from?
This money's from outside for the donations.
Apparently,
of
he did
food.
not
the
need me right
donations.
now, Mary.
Oh, what do you?
Hey, we're podcasting here. But that's okay.
Gee, it's just you're jump right in.
No, that was Ann. She that's okay. That's good. That's actually a good bite for it. So
This is the donations for today.
this is the donations for the hot dogs.
Don't yell for everything.
Oh, this is the raffle tickets and everything?
Raffles and everything. Yeah.
All right. Mary's, she is in charge. She's the bank.
Oh yeah.
Are you the...
Angela's the bank.
Oh.
I was the guard.
Oh, you're the guard. Okay.
Mom's a heavy hitter.
Who counts the money?
We call Mom when we need someone taken out.
Oh, Mom, you're the hit lady, dude? Oh, dude.
She's the heavy hitter.
I'm getting out of here then. All right. Ange is on her phone. She's going to start doing some serious calculations here. Well, it looks good. I was talking to Mary here, and she got a good point. What was that point, Mary?
That bikers are very genuine and generous people.
Very true, very true. So, yeah, support your law-abiding bikers and get out to those events. And this is a good cause here.
Are you law-abiding? Are you law-abiding there, President?
I am law-abiding.
President Urlacher, are you law-abiding?
Absolutely.
I seem to recall one time we were riding along, and I seem to recall getting pulled over.
That was not me.
That was the four of us. I seem to recall that.
That was not me.
Something about 20 over.
I don't.
A guy you went to the academy with. I seem to remember something about that, sir.
Yeah, I don't remember anything about that, dude. But yeah. So yeah, bikers are generous, and looks like they did pretty good here today. So good cause.
Yep, fighting the cancer.
Near and dear to my heart.
Yep.
All right, and that pretty much wraps up the field interviews. And because I don't want to post-edit this, yeah. What you heard from Ed about getting, pulled over, he's sitting there smiling at me because he knows that I don't like to post-edit stuff. And, he's sitting there laughing at me while I'm doing that, and I'm just thinking, oh, I do not want to post-edit this thing, but I'm not going to post-edit it. So that little story he told about 20 overs of, he's full of, full of crap, but good story, and he got a chuckle out of it. And just to prove to him that I'm going to leave it on there, and I'm not going to post edit because he's trying to force me to post edit. Sometimes he likes to say a swear word just so I have to go in and post edit, which I don't like to do. I don't have the time for it. So anyways, hope you got a good laugh out of that. Oh, and I must say the funniest part was when Ange walked in where they were counting the money and didn't know we were doing an interview and just piped in. So hope you got a chuckle out of that too. All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that field interview. I had a lot of fun with it. I plan on doing plenty more of those in the future. I just want to get out there with the community, the biking community, and learn what people are about, what bikers are doing, all the good stuff that, the majority, the 99%ers are doing out there for people. As far as Derek goes, well, like I say, Mary there, what a great phrase. She said that, and unfortunately I had to go back on recording and have her say it, but it struck me that, like I say, the label of this podcast, Bikers Are Generous People. So Derek, I don't have his information. He's the guy that I interviewed that painted the tank. Super awesome Sportster tank, and guy definitely knows what he's doing. He really wants to be painting bikes and doing all kinds of cool, pinstriping and painting on bikes. So I'll make myself a note, and I will get his information out to you guys. So if you want to contact him and have something painted, especially if you're in this area, you could certainly hit him up, and I'm sure he'd paint it up for you. So anyways, that is pretty much the end of this podcast. I appreciate you guys listening. Like I say, I don't know exactly my audience. Please hit the website, support me in any way you feel that you can. And I appreciate the support, the feedback, the comments, and I hope we keep going with the show and just keep making it better and better as we go along. So, all right, and we're right at about an hour, and I guess we will see you guys on the next one later. And ride safe. Keep the rubber side down.
Thank you for listening to the Law Abiding Biker podcast. Please listen to our next episode.